Yo, what is poppin'? It is your boy TruHybrid. Welcome back to the channel, man. Today's video, we're gonna be diving into all the classes of Battlefield 6, man. I want to break it down, make sure y'all understand these classes so we can maximize y'all gameplay and y'all experience, so y'all don't get hate messages, y'all don't get called trash, they don't ask you what y'all doing. This is for y'all, man. Let's dive into it. Let's go. To start this class overviews off, we're going to start here with the Assault class. The Assault class, to me, I think of the Red Ranger, I think of Leonardo, I think of any leader of the group. I say that because this class is designed to be the point man. This is the first class that should be engaging with enemies directly head on, just because of what the class offers. It gives him everything that he needs to breach things. Like the path says, he is a breacher. He's equipped with grenade launchers, he's equipped with pump shotguns, he's equipped with grenades. Everything that we're going to need for objective based game modes to get into a location is what the Assault is all about. Even comes with a deploy beacon. It used to be with the Recon, but it got switched over to the Assault class, man. But yeah, the Assault class is always going to be your run and gun type of play style, and he's the point man. You follow him as he goes. He's going to make your job a lot easier of going in to take these objectives. He's just going to blast some walls down, chuck them grenades in there, and y'all going to get up in there safely. But remember, follow behind y'all assaults. Alright, we're going to talk about the Assault gadgets that they get, man. This is only to the Assault class. Whatever I'm saying will not transfer to anything else. Starting off with the Assault ladder. Like it says, this is a ladder. You can either use this to get on a vertical vantage point, or you can use it to be horizontally. Sometimes in Battlefield, the best way to get into an objective is going to be climbing through the second story building, and with the ladder, we are able to do that. Sometimes you need to go across to a different building, but it's a horizontal plane that your character just can't jump that far. Then you're going to use the Assault ladder, break it out, lay it down flat, and now you've created a bridge for us to get across. Next thing they have is the breaching projectile launcher. Now, I do not want people to get this confused with the next launcher. This launcher here does not break anything, okay? All it's going to do is it's going to penetrate the building, and it's going to act kind of like a flashbang. They're going to become blinded and not be able to see anything, but this launcher is not the launcher to use if you're trying to destroy a building. That's where the next launcher comes in. This is the high explosive launcher. This one is the one that's destroying all these buildings. This is what I want you to use if you see maybe a sniper on a ledge or something and you're just trying to get rid of them. Shoot this at that building, the ledge breaks, and everything else. But you can also use this if we're attacking an objective. Blast the side of the wall down, man. So after you hit him with your first launcher, shoot this launcher in there. Now we're hitting him with a double whammy. This is just like the first one, except for this is going to be a fire type of grenade. So this one's just going to set people on fire, which does damage over time. As we all know, fire does burn over time. Next thing they get is the deploy beacon. The deploy beacon is extremely strong. The fact that you can attack an objective, place it down, and you've given your whole squad a whole respawn point. Instead of having to walk all the way back, they can spawn right where you put it at. And it just helps the flow of the objectives, and we just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Lastly, they get the incendiary round shotgun. Again, this is just a shotgun, but it's going to come out with fire bullets, so it's just going to eat them and do more damage over time, set them on fire, etc. Lastly, what they get is the adrenaline injector. The adrenaline injector is kind of like a stem pin if you ever played Call of Duty. It's like a little boost of health regen, movement speed. It's just like getting a shot of adrenaline. This is when you would want to use that if you're getting shot, you're running away, you pop your pin, you're getting your health back, you turn back around, and you kill them. Next on the list of classes, we have the Engineer class, and the description goes, the battlefield's leading vehicle and equipment technician. Execute repairs to keep allies' combat effective or strike hostile armor with forces to break their attack. What does that mean? You are the mechanic of the group, man. Your main job on this squad is you are going to keep our tanks, our helicopters, our fighter jets. You are responsible for keep them up and running. On the flip side, you're also responsible for making sure the enemies never have tanks, shoot their helicopters down, shoot their jets down, all of it. You are the mechanic pretty much of the whole game. So pretty much what your class item or your class gadget is going to be, you have the repair tool. The repair tool is exactly what it says. You can repair your squad mates' tanks, helicopters, etc., which is what your job is. Anyways, you have SMG proficiency, which means SMGs just work better for you. Not to say it does more damage, but you may have get something like increased accuracy or something like that. Maybe increased reload speed. I don't really know exactly what the proficiency is, but you get help with SMGs. Alright, we are going to jump into the engineer's gadgets. Mind you, this is a lot of gadgets, so I'm going to try to get through it quickly, but also get through it a way it makes sense to everybody. So the first one's going to be the auto-guided launcher, an anti-tank missile system. Aim at the target and fire. The missile will then guide itself to the enemy vehicle and execute a top-down attack. Now, this is only going to target tanks. Okay? If you try to shoot this up at a helicopter, it will not work. Okay? It has to be locked on to a tank and tank only. This is the air defense launcher, a man-portable air defense system designed to target enemy aircraft. Requires a lock-on before launch, after which missiles will self-guide to the target unless intercepted by countermeasures capable of faster and longer range lock-ons for ground and air targets that have been marked with the laser designator or the tracer dart. This is the helicopter and jets launcher. This will not work on tanks, so do not try to shoot it at a tank because it will not lock on. This is the unguided launcher, also known as the typical RPG. This is a free shot RPG, so wherever you aim it is where it's gonna go. It's not gonna track anything. So this one's a little bit more difficult to use if you're trying to shoot out a helicopter. I would use this one more on tanks and to explode walls or explode in a building. That's what I would use this one for. This is the long-range launcher. A long-range anti-vehicle missile system. Requires a lock-on before launch, after which the missile will engage automatic self-guidance capable of faster and long-range lock-ons for ground and air targets that have been marked with the laser designator or the tracer dart. So this is the long-range launcher that works for tanks, and it also works for helicopters. But this one's going to be a lot longer of a range, and it's also going to move a lot quicker. A lot of times when I shoot the other one, because of how long it takes, it gives the aircraft enough time to dodge and miss it. But you gotta lock on. Lock on means you're gonna aim down your scope. It's gonna take about 2 seconds to lock on to the target, and then it's gonna go ahead and follow wherever that target goes and wherever it's at. This is the aim guided launcher, an anti-vehicle launcher that allows the user to guide the missile to the targets via the weapon's crosshairs. Inflicts greater damage on the sides, top, and rear vehicle where the armor is thinner. What does this mean? This means whenever you shoot the rocket, wherever your crosshair is going, it's going to follow that path until it either runs out or it creates or connects contact with what you were shooting. Next, we have the supply crate, a pallet that resupplies ammunitions and speeds up equipment cooldowns for nearby friendly vehicles. So again, when you start running out of ammo on your tanks and stuff, this is when the engineer should be dropping this down. You pull up next to it, you treat it like a gas station. You treat it like your 7-Eleven when you're running out of gas. You pull up, get your launchers back. Next is the anti-vehicle mine. An anti-vehicle mine that designates when the vehicle passes over it, placed on the ground to arm, cannot be stacked or positioned too closely. This is just like a landmine. You put it down, hopefully you put it in the right spot, and allow the tanks to run over it. It detonates right on impact. This is the Sentry AV mine, an anti-vehicle mine that locates targets in the immediate area via audio sensors. Once triggered, it launches an explosive payload and performs a top-down attack to strike vehicles where they are less protected. So again, this is kind of like it automatically does it. So you place it down maybe like in a corridor or a street, and as soon as it hears the tanks come by, it's going to launch it up, and it's going to come down and rain like a nuclear bomb kind of thing, but not nearly as much damage as a nuclear bomb. This is the EOD bot, remotely controlled robot with various capabilities, including repairing vehicles and equipment, arming, disarming MCOM explosives, remote MCOM explosives arming, where the robot will self-destruct on completion of tasks, launching cluster munitions to clear an area of enemy gadgets, and placing anti-vehicle mines. I didn't know that this thing can arm bombs for you. When I saw that in a match of Capture and Defend, I think it was, I'm like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, man, you can use this as like a person to go into a bomb, and a lot of people don't realize it until they see the objective has been armed. So yeah, use this. You could also use it to go and repair tanks without you having to put yourself in danger of going to repair it as well. This is the Tripwire Sentry AV mine. This is kind of like the land mine that we talked about just a couple minutes ago, but this is more of like a laser trip. So you would put this on a vertical platform or a vertical wall, and you're going to use it as like a red light beam. If they cross the beam, it's going to blow up. So as you see, all of these supplies and gadgets that this class gets are all dedicated to vehicles. Vehicles. That's the main role of this class, is to either repair your own vehicles or to shoot down and destroy enemy vehicles. So please, engineers, listen up. Please listen closely. Vehicles can make or break a lobby. It is up to you, and only you, with the help of some recon we'll get later on in the video, but it is solely up to you to take care of these tanks, take care of these helicopters. Without you guys, the match is going to be a living hell, and we're probably going to lose. So do your job. Please read your job description and do it. Moving right along, we are going to get to the support class next. The backbone of any combat unit for defense and sustained fighting. Heal and resupply friendly forces while fortifying defense positions to keep them protected. This is the medic, man. The medic gets crucified so much. I often feel like medics is probably the most important. And it's like, if you don't play this class right, the whole team's going to suffer. So with y'all trait being the supply bag kind of acts like a heal over time, but also replenishes ammo and gadgets and grenades, etc. You're resupplying your squad mates. You guys get LMG proficiency, which means LMGs just work better for you guys. Again, like I said, I don't really know exactly what it is, but faster transition to aim down sights and no sprint speed penalty when carrying LMGs. That's what that is. We're going to dive into the supports gadgets. There's a lot of here as well, so we're going to break them down. First one's being the defibrillators. This equipment can revive both squad members and teammates. Charge paddles for a short duration to revive down soldiers with a full health. Can also inflict damage to enemies. If I ever see any supports take this gadget off for something else, I'm throwing hands. Your main job is to revive and to support your other players. Why are you taking the quickest way to revive them off? Don't take it off. Keep it on. This is the grenade intercept system. Once set on the ground, the grenade intercept system tracks and destroys incoming projectiles such as hand-thrown grenades. Launch grenades can intercept up to 3 projectiles during a window of activation that begins after the initial detection. So this is going to stop. If you put this in a room and people are throwing grenades in, it's going to stop a couple grenades. Now, it's not going to last forever, and it's not going to stop every single grenade. Like it says, you get 3. 3. So don't think this is going to save you from all them assaults tossing grenades in. Next, we have the missile intercept system. This is exactly like the grenade one, except for it's going to stop missiles from tanks and RPGs. They shoot this at it, it's going to interrupt it, it's not going to hit you. But again, you don't get a lot. You will not. It will not block long. Next, we have the portable mortar. This man-portable indirect fire weapon launches high explosive shells designed to strike defensive positions and disperse infantry, or smoke shell to conceal troop movements. Aim via the minimap or manually. Once fired, the mortar will be spotted, marking its position in-world and on the enemy's minimaps. Weapon accuracy increases with continuous shots in the same location. So this is going to be used if we're going to try to push a location. Drop this down, and you're going to put a line of smoke for us to go through, or you're going to drop it and it's going to drop a bunch of incendiary or fire on the enemies where they're at, just to get them out of that location. Next, we have the smoke grenade launcher. Like the assault has its grenade launcher, the support gets one, but this is only smoke. It's not launching grenades at you. So again, I like to use this if we're traversing and we need to get to a different location. I'll use the smoke grenade as a blinding sight so they can't see us. Next, they have the the incendiary airburst launcher, which again just shoots a bunch of fire at the person in front of you. 25 meters, not that far. Use it wisely. I don't recommend really using it, just because I feel like the support has better items. We have the deployable cover, a reinforced ballistic shield to protect from projectiles and explosive damage. This shield can degrade from damage So work with engineers who can repair it and keep you in the fight. If you have an engineer on your team and you guys are both using the wall, or you're using the wall and he's not repairing it, he's not doing his job. But this is a portable cover. I like to put this in doorways, or if I'm going to go revive somebody, I will put a smoke down, and then I will put the wall down just for added protection while I'm raising my squad mates. Last, you have the supply pouch, a single-use pouch to replenish ammo and medical supplies for the owner or their teammates. Fully restock ammo capacities of the primary and secondary weapons and restores a portion of health. Again, you are the support. Does not necessarily mean all you do is revive. You also resupply all of our gadgets, our not consumables, but our grenades, etc., etc. So this is a mobile version. So instead of you dropping a supply bag and we have to stand there, you can kind of toss this at us and it'll sit on our hip and it'll do everything the supply bag does, but more of a mobile play style. Keep the fight moving so you're not stuck hunkered down. Before we jump into the last class, I just want to take the chance to say, if you guys are enjoying this type of content, please let me know down below in the comment section. Make sure you join my Discord and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe as well. Now, with our last class, my favorite, we have the Recon, the perfect intelligence and counterintelligence operative, neutralize targets from a distance or infiltrate, gathering intel and disrupting hostile forces. Now, the biggest thing with this class that I want to get across, nowhere on here does it say you're only a sniper. Too many people are playing this class as if your only job is to be a sniper. That is not your only job. Your job is recon, reconnaissance, gathering intel. That is what your role is. You just happen to be good with a sniper rifle. So your gift or your trait that you're going to get is you're going to get the motion sensor. Motion sensor is it's like a UAV type of thing. You put it down on the ground and it gives you a circle radius around yourself that detect enemy movement. But if they are crouched, they will not show up on it. You get sniper proficiency, which all that's going to do is improve marksman skills, including reduced weapon sway, quicker rechambering between shots, and better breath control for steadier aim. Now, it's not a drastic difference, but it is going to make your sniping a little bit easier. But again, that is not your only role. You're not just a sniper. Alright, starting with their gadgets. There's a couple of them. There's not as many as everybody else gets, which is my kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. I don't see why we don't have as much. But we're going to get into it. We have the Recon drone, a combat drone armed with electronics, disruptive weapon, able to target gadgets through walls and destroy them without line of sight. Can be left hovering to automatically spot hostiles, marking their positions in world and on the minimap. Equipped with thermal vision for enhanced spotting. This is by far, I believe, is the best gadget for the Recon. The fact that you can deploy this up in the air and leave it there and it'll automatically do it for you is absolutely awesome. You can even destroy enemy equipment. So if you see them with a motion sensor or you see a C4 or anything like that, this can destroy it without you having to physically go over there and do it. And even the cool thing is you can apply C4, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. You can attach C4 to this drone, fly it to wherever location you're going to, and blow it up. Next, you have the Tracer Dart, a gas-powered pistol that fires a magnetic dart for the marking enemy, vehicles, or personnel. Provides faster and longer range lock-ons for air defense and long-range launches to target ground and air threats. Your Recon and your engineers have to work together. They work hand in hand. If the Recon is not tracing and painting enemy vehicles, it makes it a lot harder on your engineer to, one, find them, and two, for their missiles to lock on. If the vehicle is painted, the engineer can shoot a lot quicker. And it just makes everything work a lot smoother. So you have to work hand in hand with your engineers. If your engineer is asking you to paint stuff, paint it. Help the rest of the team out. Without you two guys on the squad, vehicles are going to run rampant. And we all know vehicles will destroy a lobby and possibly lose you the game. Like they do me all the time, because my engineers never shoot what I paint. It's like, come on, bro. I'm out here like an artist. Shoot these damn things. Next, we have the anti-personnel mine, a directional anti-personnel fragmentation mine that is detonated via tripwire firing system. Enemies moving past the mine at normal crouch or prone speed will not trigger this device. This is just like a typical claymore. You're going to go ahead and set it in a location, typically between a door or even a hallway. As soon as they cross the red line, it'll blow up. They just cannot be crouched or prone. It is a little buggy. Sometimes it will not trigger when they walk by. Next, we have the sniper decoy, a dummy designed to draw the enemy's attention while you fire from a safer location. Taking up position near a friendly sniper decoy will hide your scope glint with its own. Replicates the stance of the owner when placed and is immediately spotted, marking its position in-world and on the enemy's minimap. Now, this seems to be a little buggy for me. I'm not going to lie. Anytime that I put it down and I'm standing next to it, it does not take my glaze or my bright light from my sniper. So take that with a grain of salt. I do think it's very powerful that if you do put it up in a window somewhere and it gets shot, it will at least put on your mini map that person and mark that person who shot it. So I think it's very handy, but it's not necessarily a gadget I would take. It's not on my top 3. It's probably not even on my top 5. Well, there's only there's 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. It's probably the worst one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna try to cap on y'all. It is probably the worst one to get. Next is the C4 explosives. A bundle of high explosive charges that can remote detonate after placement, can cause massive destruction to structures and vehicles and infantry. This one, I like it. I like it a lot, but it requires me to get too close, in my opinion. So oftentimes, I don't take this one either. But if I do, I'm going to have to pair it with the drone. That's the only safe thing that I can see myself using with it. But you can absolutely use it if tanks are coming up on you, or you want to use it to break a building, get an entrance into an objective. But again, that's not necessarily our role. I personally, in my opinion, I think the C4 explosive should be swapped out with the assault's redeploy beacon. But that's just me. That's how it was in the beta. I remember the recon had to deploy beacon. But that's my 2 cents. We're going to move on. Last, we have the laser designator. The designator functions as a binoculars for enhanced spotting and allows users to mark both vehicles and locations. Provides faster and longer range lock-ons for air defense and long-range launchers to target ground and air threats. Users can set the device to function autonomously and remotely. Access the designator at any point, which can rotate to provide a 360 field of view. This is always in my gadgets list. I'm always taking this in my recon drone. These are the only 2 gadgets I ever use when I play my recon class, because that's my role in the job. My job is to get as much intel as possible, and the recon drone and the laser detonator provide the most amount of information. I like to set this drone up. Sometimes I like to leave it on the ground, but most times I keep it in my hand. I never place it. It's because it's a lot easier to travel with, because sometimes you'll place it and you're like, damn, I need it, and it's all the way in the back of the map wherever you left it at. So I like to keep it with me. If I'm going to be staying at a location where I'm not going to be moving around the map as much, then I would deploy it on the ground, and I use this to paint every vehicle. Anytime I see a vehicle, I'm painting it. The only downside with it is when you start painting it, it's going to be a bright, bright red light that's going to give the location of it away. And you just got to, hopefully you're not standing there, because again, from planes and jets and tank stuff, they can see it blinking, so they'll know the location of this. I hope this video wasn't too long, but I appreciate everybody who stayed and finished the whole mission with me. With that being said, if you guys have any questions, or you want me to make a video about a certain thing, maybe even diving even deeper to the different classes paths, I can do that as well. Just let your boy know. And with that being said, I'm gonna get out y'all hair. Remember, join the Discord, like, comment, subscribe, and your boy's gonna catch you in the next mission, man. Peace out.